want to talk about something. So I went on YouTube, or excuse me, X. Yeah, X last night. You got to show the tweet. Okay, so the WWE on Fox. I guess, was it after the Cowboys game? I think it was after the Cowboys. Let me see the time on that, Joe.
It was one. Wait, the WWE one was 9:00 at night, December 8th, Friday.
Okay, so this is after the what do you call it? The Cowboys had won, right? And WWE on Fox. I don't know if Bobby Lashley, these guys, maybe they're Cowboys fans, but whatever. They put this tweet up, and what does it say, Joe?
Dem Boys with Bobby and his crew, yeah.
All right, so Mark Briscoe retweeted this with this thing. So what does he say here, Joe? It's like, for real.
Briscoe said this
is hilarious at Triple H. Whoever runs his Twitter should probably be fired for lack of knowledge, or they need the taste slapped out of their mouth for lack of reverence. Okay. All right, you can take it down now, Joe. So
yeah, I'm sure Konnan's aware, though, for the listeners that aren't. The Briscoes would get Dem Boys chants from the Ring of Honor audience for years. So Mark's referring to it like, hey, that's our thing. That's all,
right.
Really.
Okay. So, seeing the outrage for the rest,
seizing an opportunity to trigger the snowflakes.
So,
and it's double outrage. Just real quick, on one side of the coin, it's Briscoe's fans, Ring of Honor, AEW fans having his back.
Yeah,
but then there's
community, right?
Then there's another side of the coin where it's like, hey, Dem Boys is a part of Black culture, and the Briscoes appropriated it, so that's going on too. There's like a big tornado of different
ridiculous
issues. Yeah,
virtue signaling and outrage over a tweet that obviously was not taking a shot at the Briscoes. So I just tweeted, it's like, I don't watch Ring of Honor. Nobody does, so nobody knows Dem Boys is a thing. Relax. Which is just kind of a statement of fact, right? I mean, I'm pointing out is like, hey, if you Ring of Honor people actually think that everybody knows about Ring of Honor and like their catchphrases, stuff, it's like give me a break, bro. This guy,
right? That would be almost like if let's say there was a show, right, on TV called Odyssey, okay,
right,
and it got decent ratings,
right.
But when a lot of people in the industry think they're a bigger name than they really are, and somebody started calling himself Odyssey in WWE. And then this guy writes something similar to that. It's like, hey, we don't watch your show, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's as easy as that.
Do you want to hear some of the comments?
Yes.
Okay. See, that's where you're okay. The IoT Adebayo says, see, that's where you're wrong. Everyone knows or heard of Ring of Honor. Scott Woodford said, I didn't watch Ring of Honor. I know who they are. Somebody says, you speak only for you and only you. Somebody says, were you a thing in WCW? LOL. Nobody knows who you are. The Magic Man tweets, the disrespect for the 13-time and multiple tag team champions of the year is wild. Then somebody tweets, I thought it was a Dallas Cowboys trend myself. It's like somebody like, right? Bro, so I just get like,
bro, when I hear stuff like that, what's the first thing that comes to my mind? And whoever gets hurt, right? You sound like a mark.
Well, the people that do that, right? Okay, so yeah. I keep getting attacked from people, and like they're right. Virtue signaling. So somebody says, let me see. Ways. So this guy tweets ways to say you don't do your job. I get it if a casual wrestling fan didn't know, but for someone who works on a wrestling podcast, you just outed yourself as someone who doesn't follow the business. Thanks. Now everyone can finally know how uneducated and outdated your opinions are. All right.
Well, first of all, he knows who the Briscoes are. He doesn't know that we would call them brand. Bro, let me tell you. I've known them. Listen to how long I've known them. Like in 2000 and between 2001 and 2003.
Right.
I went to Ring of Honor, right?
Right.
And the match they put me in was terrible. They put me in with two guys. I think their name was Quicksilver. That where they were supposed to be the lucha guys there, and the second guy, because I beat one guy and then I had the rest of the other guy. They were a tag team.
Chris Divine and Quiet Storm.
Okay, and the guy forgot his spot. The very first spot we had to do, he forgot it, and people were booing me like, "Oh, here's the guy that's coming from WCW that doesn't know our style." Bro, I was trained in lucha libre. Yeah, I don't forget spots. Right. So, anyways, it was brutal, and so that day, Homicide introduced me to what he called two Delaware rednecks, which I didn't even think they were rednecks in Delaware until I met them. But right. Very cool guys. But bro, I didn't even know they were them boys till last year.
And so I tweeted again today. I'm being attacked by the wrestling community for pointing out the obvious fact that if you don't watch Ring of Honor, you won't know anything about the show. These people are mad I don't watch Ring of Honor, and supposedly I am the one with the problem. It's ridiculous. It's like I'm not dissing on it. I'm just trying to tell everybody, hey, relax. They probably didn't know what them Boyz was. Everybody's saying they shouldn't. The guy that does the account should be fired. It's ridiculous. Stop being ridiculous.
There's actually, and not only that, there's actually a group in London or in England called them Boyz, which is a rap group. Right. And from Atlanta, your hometown, if you remember a few years ago, them Franchise Boys had that rock was called, and they were very popular. But I knew them as them boys, not really.
Right. So like this guy tweets at me. So you're telling me that even though you don't watch a show, you've never once seen anything about them boys or the characters anywhere. I've never seen Ring of Honor, and I know about those guys who've seen stuff here. And I tweet back, no, I know who the Briscoes are, but I had no clue about the them boys stuff. What is that? Why is that so difficult to understand? Right. It's like,
it's a big deal.
And I'm just trying to tell the rest. I'm mad at the wrestling community because when the wrestling community piles on and does stuff like this, it's embarrassing.
Not to them.
It's embarrassing. You don't have any common sense.
And in their mind, they think I'm putting this old irrelevant guy in his place because he doesn't know they're called them boys. You know, we got one over on them. So, right. Bro,
and it's just the fact that, like, bro, don't get mad at people for they didn't know the Dem Boy stuff from Ring of Honor stuff. Right. This is like the guy that does the count probably don't watch Ring of Honor. I've been in this business for 30-something years. I do podcasts. I don't watch Ring of Honor. Like I said, I know who the Briscoes are. I didn't know about the Dem Boys thing because I don't watch the show. The show did 300 to 400,000 viewers back in the day when it was popular. Now it's on a streaming service. It does like 35 to 40,000 subscribers or whatever it is, everything. And my whole point is like, okay, guys, let's just do a simple math equation here. Let's take television viewers, 150 million people, and divide 40,000 out of 100, and then you have the percentage of people that would know what Dem Boys is. All right, so quit jumping on this guy that has a Twitter account that posted Dem Boys after the Cowboys game and showed the Bobby Lashley and stuff and try to say that's being disrespectful. It's like, it's stupid. The guy didn't know, so stop it. Right, that's all I'm saying. So
I'm a Philly area wrestling fan. Sort of knowledgeable. I retain a lot of useless wrestling info, and I know the Briscoes. Obviously, I've seen them live, and I knew the crowd chanted that sometimes, but I didn't know Dem Boys was like such an important part of their brand. Even I didn't know it. So,
well, here's a recent tweet from Eric Bischoff. Well, this wasn't Eric Bischoff. This is somebody tweeting something Eric Bischoff said on a show. Eric Bischoff on Ring of Honor. Quote, "If it was a horse, I'd put it out of its misery and move on." Unquote. That's all I got to say. Let's just end it with that. Do you want to get to the mail?
Yes, I thought we were in the mail.
No, that was me. That was me going on Twitter to try to. That's me being a content creator, Konnan. I'm trying to provide content for the show that'll provide a YouTube clip.
Okay, but this is what I wanted. But this is what I wanted to hear. I want to hear this because, all right, you read me the people that are attacking you and they're mad. Right?
Right. Yeah.
But I guarantee you the people that are defending you are probably funny. Let me hear one of those.
No, there's not a lot of defending me and being smart. Like, well, oh yeah, no. Hey, I will. Okay, yeah. I retweeted some tweets. You're right. So Elizabeth Castro tweeted, "These AEW fans are dumb as you know what that means." Who else? There's a couple other ones. Uso 55 said agreed, but I knew of Dem Boys before I knew of the Briscoes, and he's talking about Dem Boys being like, "Hey, we Dem Boys." That's a song. It's like there was a Dem Boys before the Dem Boys. Of course,
did a
like
song,
that's let's
right.
So let's just say this: like the Dem Boys did not originate with the Briscoes. They ripped it off from Wiz Khalifa. All right, so that's so. And then
from Black Culture, Them Boys.
Yeah. And
there was a group called Boyz in the Hood that put that song
You see Them Boys over there? Yeah.
Right, yeah. So Ark tweeted, I can confirm that I do not watch Ring of Honor and therefore do not know anything about the show. Darth Vapor tweeted, I don't watch Ring of Honor and I know what's going on there. It's the difference between being a wrestling fan and being a WWE fan. And I tweeted, it's actually the difference between being a wrestling fan and a dirt sheet reader. All right. The Bolt X Volt tweeted, I know the Briscoes and ROH, but I had no idea they went by Dem Boys. But I stopped watching ROH around 2006, 2007. Just remember how toxic this community is and move on. Bingo. Let's just leave it at that.
Hasn't changed, my friend.
Bolt X Volt won the Twitter for this argument here. So
give him the Jamaican horns, Joe.